wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. Dun, 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 dun. Catch them is my real test. To train them is my Oh, hey! I didn't know I'd have anybody joining me today. I gotta change. I'm so sorry you all had to see that. But seriously, we're here for an important reason. And that is a draft analysis. As you may or may not know, I am David LaBarge from the Geeky Parents, and I am also a coach of the Atlanta Starmies for the Amateur Battle League Season 1, also known as the ABL for short. And today we're going to go over how my draft went. I'm feeling pretty confident about my team. So let's just dive right in with our first pick. Starmie. No-brainer. You know, mascot of the team. It's got very high speed, very high special attack. It's a water psychic type, which is a really great typing this gen. It can learn a variety of moves like Dazzling Gleam. It's a fairy type move. It can learn some ice type moves like Ice Beam or Blizzard. I just felt it was very viable for an early round pick. Up next, had to grab Nidoqueen. She's a great powerhouse. She really is. Now, my idea going for Nidoqueen was I might want to get like an adamant nature to complement her great physical attack. Her moves are just so varied. Things like Earthquake to Flamethrower to Thunderbolt to Ice Beam. This thing can just learn it all. And after looking at the other coaches' first picks, because another one of my early ones was that I wanted was Alolan Muck, and another coach grabbed him first round, so I had to try and figure out what I was going to do about the Alolan Muck, because I feel like it was a threat. So I felt Nidoqueen was a really good round pick for that, just that beefy hits. Up next, we grabbed Magneton, because Magneton has a really good typing in Electric Steel. There's very few steel types in the game. I believe it's Magneton, Alolan Sandslash, and I think that might be it for steel types. I might be missing one in there, but I believe there's only like 2 or 3 steel types in the game. So, you know, steel being strong against fairy, being immune to poison, played another huge reason why I picked him. He's got great special attack. Unfortunately, there's no Magnezone in this gen, but you know, don't sleep on Magneton. He's still a very viable mon in his own. Up next, we grabbed Wigglytuff. It's mostly for its typing. Normal fairy. It's immune to ghost. It's immune to dragon. I almost said poison. Oof. It's got very high HP. Very versatile in its moveset. Can learn the screens, substitute. Really any other move I could really think of putting on it. Anything to like round out the team, because obviously there's some types that I wasn't able to grab. I feel like Wigglytuff could just come in and wreck some things. Up next, we picked Pincer. And Pincer's a really good bug type. It's got very high attack, very high defense. Learns Brick Break, which will help with Light Screen and Reflect, taking them down. Also learns X Scissor and Swords Dance. And Swords Dance isn't like the best, but it'll help raise its physical attack, which is going to make Pincer just a monster. If I can set up on some teams, I might be able to run through with Pincer, and that's really good. I'm surprised he wasn't taken before the 5th round. That was just, it was like the no-brainer for me. Up next, we grabbed Porygon. It's a little bit of a weird pick, yes, but it's pretty balanced with its stats. It has a little bit of a higher special attack. It's only got 1 weakness in fighting type. The versatility with its moves. It learns like everything. It can learn Toxic if I want to run like a Toxic move set with it. It can learn Tri Attack, which has a percentage of like paralyzing, burning, or freezing the opponent. Great move. Just, he's kind of like Wigglytuff in the fact that I can just put moves that I need on him and place him where I need on the team, and he'd still do a really good job. Up next, we grab Lapras. Now, Lapras is very bulky, has very high HP. Downside is another water type, but the ice typing comes along with it, which is something I didn't have. Ice typing is great for grass, flying, dragon, things like Dragonite coming in. I know the Detroit Dragonites drafted him. I know Wigglytuff's fairy typing also helps with that, so I know Dragonite's a huge threat, so I have two things that could possibly combat it, which is great. I also learned some surprising moves. I don't want to divulge too much, but there's some moves I was like, Lapras learns that? Really? And it'd be viable? It's pretty interesting. Up next, we got Pidgeot. Pidgeot is my favorite flying type of all time. Love it. So the fact that it was still here in the 8th round really surprised me. It's very, very fast. It's immune to ground typing, which is something I needed. So it's unable to be hit by Earthquake. These are double battles we're doing in this format. So something being immune to Earthquake is going to be huge. I mean, I could just, you know, for instance, bring in Nidoqueen and Pidgeot. Have the Nidoqueen use Earthquake. I'll hit both of the opponent's Pokemon, but I won't hit any of my own, which is great. It also learns Roost, which is huge because Rest is banned in this season. It's banned. There's only a 20-minute time limit on matches, so we thought it was right to ban Rest. Also, Pidgeot learns at least one very surprising move. I had no idea it learned this, and I thought it was super cool, and it's a move of a typing I don't have drafted, so it's like, I'm liking it. Up next, we grab Kingler. Yes, another water type, but it's got very high attack and defense. Crab Hammer is exclusive to him, and Crab Hammer is a monster of a move. It has increased chance for a critical hit on its already high attack stat. So I was like, I could really, if I could just, I mean, he doesn't have very high HP, but if I could just come in and hit something a good time or two, Kingler's going to do a really good job just wrecking some mons. And our last pick was Tangela. I know it's a little bit weird. I was bouncing between Tangela, Primeape. You know, I saw great reasons for picking both of them, but really I just wanted the pure grass type. He's got high special attack and defense. Like I said, pure grass type. I think he's the only pure grass type this gen. Most of them are grass poison. And a big reason I got Tangela was because of the status ailments. He could burn poison, paralysis, sleep powder. Like, he could do anything to these mons. If he comes in, you know, all it takes is protecting on him 1 or 2 times. And you can set up some poison, some sleep, some paralysis, and the other team's going to be in a bit of a pickle. So what you're looking at right here on the screen is my entire team. Starmie, Nidoqueen, Magneton, Wigglytuff, Pincer, Porygon, Lapras, Pidgeot, Kingler, and Tangela. That is your Atlanta Starmies for Season 1 of the ABL. There are a few teams where in the league that I kind of am trying to keep my eye on, kind of worrying me a little bit. And those are the Orlando Kings, the BILOXI BEWEARS, and the San Juan FROAKIES. I feel like those 3 are going to present the most challenge to my team. I'm not saying anybody else is, oh, their teams aren't good or anything. I just feel like the picks that they have present the absolute most challenge to my team. That has been my draft analysis. I hope you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing, as all of my battles will be going up to this YouTube channel. Also, I will put all of the other coaches' Twitters and other social medias they may have down in the description below. So if you want to check them out, the links are down there for you. Week 1 starts on January 21st, and my team, the Atlanta Starmies, are taking on the Orlando Kings, one of the teams I'm worried about, so it should be a great match. You guys don't want to miss it. Thank you for stopping by.